Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel as part of the Fusion training series of videos. So today I'll be talking about GL revaluation functionality. What is revaluation? Revaluation is a process of adjusting GL balances that have been transactions denominated in foreign currencies. It reflects the change in the conversion rate between the date of transaction and the current market rate of each currency. So certain accounts needs to be revalued based on the accounting standards of each of the countries. So if you take say US as an example, US accounting standard SFAS 52 and international accounting standard IAS 21 dictates what kind of accounts to be revalued. In general, accounts receivable, accounts payable, unbilled receivable, fixed assets, current assets, deferred revenue, deferred expense, certain bank accounts, credit card, long-term liability, and other current liability accounts are being revalued. So some of the examples of the accounts which are being revalued based on my last client experience are they have revalued certain bank accounts which are dealing in foreign currency, prepaid travel expense clearing account, intercompany AP subledger account, intercompany AR subledger account, and so on. But again, it's up to the business to take a decision on what kind of accounts needs to be revalued. So we have something called revaluation template. Within the template, you specify the accounts and system will take care of performing the revaluation for the accounts mentioned in the revaluation template. Okay. Now let's get into the details as to what are the steps involved in setting up the revaluation template and then running the revaluation process. So first step would be to ensure that there are certain exchange rates available in the system. So as the revaluation process, the process of calculating the difference in the exchange rate between the date on which the transaction is entered versus maybe your month-end rate. So probably what I do is I'll try to create maybe one foreign currency journal with maybe say effective date of say November 15th, and then I ensure that the exchange rate of November 15th versus November 30th are different so that we can see how system performs the revaluation calculation. So the first step would be to ensure that there are daily rates. So let me go to the manage daily rate screen and let's check what exactly is the exchange rate between my functional currency of USD, and I just want to enter one foreign currency journal. So probably I try to enter journal in INR. So let's check the exchange rate between INR and USD on November 15th and November 30th. Make a note and then go to the second step. So in order to enter the exchange rates, so this is the task: manage daily rates. So this is a Fusion environment. Go to your setup and maintenance, and then probably you can go for our global search. And then search for manage daily rates. And the exchange rate type, whatever we are using, is corporate. So under daily rates from currency, it doesn't matter INR to USD or USD to INR. So I'll just say from INR to oops INR to USD. Is USD? Okay, is the top. And rate, I just want to enter exchange rate or check if the exchange rate between for 2 dates, November 15th and November 30th. So probably let me say from November 15th to 30th, what are the rates which are available? And my rate type is corporate. Okay. So for November 30th, this is the exchange rate 83.1218. And for November 15th, it's the same thing, 83.1218 for November 15th. So what I'll do is for 30th of November, I'll try to update it to 85.1218. So in order to do that, you need to click on create spreadsheet. Enable editing. Okay, I need to enter my login credentials. So let me pause my video for a minute. Okay, so I entered my login credentials. So let me say from currencies 1 USD to INR conversion rate is corporate, and this is basically from current conversion date to conversion date. Okay, so from date would be I want to enter it for 30th of November. So I just want to put the same date, and I want to enter exchange rate of 85.1218. Okay, so we have an option insert and delete. So I'll just say insert, and that's it. So let me submit this. So once I submit this, my exchange rate should be automatically updated for USD to INR. Okay, let me requery this. So let me search and see if it is updated. No, it's still 83. Okay, yeah, see the process which ran behind the scenes is completed. Now I can see for 30th of November, my exchange rate is 85.1218. Okay, now going back to our steps, first step is completed. Now let me go to the second step, wherein I enter some foreign currency journals to create some balance. This being my new test environment, I do not have any journals, existing journals under this ledger. So hence I just want to create at least maybe one journal in foreign currency. So going back to my journal entry screen, let me enter a simple journal, maybe debit some expense account and credit my liability account, and I'll be using this. This is my liability account code combination, and I'll be using this account in my revaluation template. So let me copy this. Okay, let me say test journal for reval, test journal for reval. I'll be trying to enter this journal in the Reliance USD ledger, and I want to enter this with an effective date of so let me change the period. I want to enter for November. So let me change the effective date to November 15th and ensure that I enter the currency as INR, and you can see the exchange rate 83.1218 is populated. So let me enter an accounting entry where I just want to debit some expense account and then credit my liability account. So let me search for an expense account. Let me just say expense. Okay, some expense adjustment account does not matter. So let me just pull something. Okay, for say $10,000, or rather 10,000 INR in this example. So expense account is debited, and my liability account, this is the account which I'll be doing the revaluation. 120.31. Okay, so let me post this journal entry. Oops, enter the journal category, post. Wait for the posting program to be completed. You can see the batch date is selected for posting. So once the posting, now it's posting status is processing. So once the posting is completed, you can go and check the accounting inquiry. So it's posted. So you can double check if this particular account has any other balance or just this particular balance. It does not matter. But from our, I just want to show my manual calculations as well. So let us double check what exactly is the balance under that account code combination so that we can check the process calculated by the system versus manual calculation. So you can go to general accounting, period close. And then inquire and analyze balances. Or rather, maybe we can directly go to, okay, so this is also fine. So this is for November. Okay, instead of that, I think probably we can go for inquire on detailed balances. So accounting period, so it could be the first open period in this particular ledger is Jan 2024. So I just want to start from Jan 2024 to November period. Where is November? What is the balance under this account combination? So it's 004 company, cost center, and the account is 21010. And the intercompany segment is 00. Okay. Search for the balance. So an account. Okay, it was not able to realize the account. Okay, so you can see it do not have any records for other periods. So there is no journals which are created, and there is no balance created under this account code combination for earlier periods. So it has balance only in November, and only November the balance is minus 120.31. That's my your accounted currency. So if when I click on the hyperlink, I should be able to go to the concerned journal. Okay, so I completed my second step, completed my third step. Now go and create the revaluation template wherein you need to specify the revaluation accounts on which you want system to perform the revaluation. So general accounting, period close. So you can go to the revalue balances. So within the revalue balances task, so here you can click on place and create your template, and then come back here and then click on generate to generate the revaluation process. Again, you can also directly go to the schedule process and directly run the your program as well. So let me say Reliance reval template. I just want to use the same name for description. Specify my chart of accounts. This is my chart of accounts name. And if you want to perform this revaluation template for a specific currency, do that. And if you leave it blank, it's going to perform the revaluation for all the foreign currencies. So I just want to do it for all the foreign currencies. And conversion rate type, I would specify corporate. And what should be my unrealized gain or loss account? So what should be the offset account which system should take the revaluation gain or loss balance to? So probably I would specify my revaluation gain or loss account here. Let me see if I have that particular realized, should be unrealized gain or loss account. If that's not available in the drop down, probably I will select any other realized gain or loss account. Okay, there is no unrealized gain or loss account, so probably I'll go for realized exchange rate gain account in this environment, ending with 61. And as far as loss is concerned, it's the account is 62. So I'll copy the same thing and change just the account to 62. Okay. In general, your revaluation process is done for the balance sheet account, But if you have any business requirement wherein if you want to perform the revaluation process even for the P&L account or income statement account, then what balance system should consider, whether it should consider PTD or YTD. I will just leave it as PTD. Generally, if you do a revaluation on the P&L account, you generally do it on PTD basis and you do not reverse the revaluation journals in the next month. But generally for the balance sheet accounts, okay, system will always perform the revaluation based on your YTD balance, and those revaluation journal entries would be always reversed in the first day of the next. So whether you want the revaluation program to generate the journal as well as post them automatically, if so, just check this checkbox and then specify my revaluation accounts. So what are the accounts? So go to the filters, add fields, company. So I just want to perform revaluation for my specific account code combination. So you can enter all those combinations for which you want system to perform the revaluation. So company, cost center, account, and account should be 21010. Okay. And then the intercompany segment. Okay. So I have specified one account combination. Let me save and close. I mean, if you have multiple account code combination, you can mention there. So save and close. Now I want the system to generate the revaluation entry for my revaluation template. So click on generate. So specify the ledger, specify the revaluation template, specify the accounting period, and what should be the accounting date. Generally it will be last date. And what is the rate date? So system will now try to perform the revaluation process for the account code combination mentioned in the revaluation template. It will compare the exchange rate on the date on which the transaction is entered versus the exchange rate of 30th of November in this example. So some clients have seen they actually perform the revaluation process and use the rate date of the next month, which would be 1st of December 2024 in this example. So now let me click on submit. A program got triggered, so I need to wait for the particular program to be completed, and once the program is completed, I should be able to see that a revaluation journal entry is being created by the system. So there's a process ID ending with 551 got triggered. Let me go to the scheduled process and check if the process ID ending with 551 is completed. Ending with 551. So see, this in turn has triggered this program. Okay, so this is completed. A journal entry got triggered. So I can keep my cursor here and then look for the journal entry details which got created. Okay, let me go to the output file. See, this is the program this is the journal batch which got triggered. Now let me go to journal inquiry and search for this particular journal and check the revaluation calculation. Let me compare that with my manual calculation, which I'll be showing in my Excel sheet. So search for the journal, manage journals, journal batch name, and the period is November 24. Okay, so open this journal. So always remember, in the case of revaluation entry, your entered values would be 0. The only impact would be on the accounted value. So you can see my liability account got debited with 2.83, and the other side, the offset has gone to realized gain account. Okay, now let's see how system has arrived at the 2.83. Now let me go to my template. So this is a balance sheet account. So the opening balance as of start of November for this particular account code combination is 0 under entered as well as used. And the transactions for the month of November is 10,000. So this particular transaction was created with an effective date of November 15th, and November 15th, this was the exchange rate. So this was my accounted value. Now this is my closing balance. The closing balance is basically your opening balance plus transactions for the month. Now when the system is performing the revaluation for the month of November, what it will do is, it is now trying to convert this total closing balance using the exchange rate of 85.128 in this example. So if I try to convert this 10,000 into USD using an exchange rate of 85.12, what will be my USD balance? So let's try to do that. So that would be 10,000 divided by 85.1218. So if I do that, ideally my USD balance should have been 117.478, but the existing USD balance is 120. So now what system needs to do? It needs to decrease. It's a liability account. Liability account shows a credit balance. So now system needs to decrease my liability from 120 to 117. So that means it needs to debit my liability account to the extent of difference between these two. So now what is the difference? The difference is 120.31 minus 117.478. So difference is 2.832. So to the extent of 2.832, system should debit my liability account. 2.832 is, it's rounded up to 2 digits, 2.83. And the other side should go to unrealized gain account, which is 61. Had it been a scenario wherein if this number has been, say example 125, then probably system should have credited my liability account and debited unrealized loss account to the extent of difference between 120 and 125, which is roughly 4 point something. So this is how system performs the revaluation calculation. Thanks for watching my video. For interesting videos on Oracle Fusion Financials, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.